Good morning, everybody. Good morning from Vilcabamba, Ecuador. I just woke up and I barely got any sleep tonight. Courtesy of crypto, I invested uh, in this crypto called Trias, and I got really lucky because I got in at the dip and then it 4x'd in value in like 6 days. I think 6 days, 7 at the most. So I was up all night looking at it, and I ended up selling it because I'm way up in profit, and I put it in other coins that have yet to pump. So anyway, the topic for this video is why do we lie? And what inspired me to make this video is because I told a kind of a big lie recently to Miranda, to the love of my life. Okay, she's probably gonna be watching this video. I love you, baby girl. So I told her a lie. I lied to her about something, and uh, then later on, I told her that I wasn't telling the truth about this particular thing. And then we talked about this, and um, you know, I guess both of us have a history in lying in the past, and we just discussed it. We talked about it. We talked about like why do we lie? Why are we why do humans in general lie? And why is it so ingrained in us to tell either big lies or little lies even? And uh there's really three basic reasons why do we lie. Now it's very good to know why, so that you don't do this anymore, because there's a vibration of truth and there's a vibration of lying, and we just know. Like when someone is telling the truth, something in you just picks up the vibration, says, oh, that's the truth. And if it's a lie, something in you picks up the vibration, says that's a lie. The three basic reasons we lie. Number one, we lie to protect our self-image. So the reason why I lied to her, in all honesty, it's actually two of the three things. So one of the reasons is to protect our self-image. We want to usually appear holier than thou. We want to appear better than we are in the moment. We might feel ashamed about doing something. So we lie and say, no, I did this, or I am this, or I am that. And this is common. Like, for instance, give you an example. If, let's say, you are in your friend circle, you're looked at as the disciplined guy, and everyone respects you for this. You're the disciplined guy. You're the hard worker. You eat healthy. You do everything right. Or let's say, like, is even a more relatable example to you guys. Let's say you preach about breatharianism, fruitarianism, optimal health, right? And you say, oh, you should just be eating fruits. You shouldn't even really eating. You should do a lot of fasting. But every now and then you eat like something cooked, but you hide it. And if somebody asks you, when was the last time you ate something cooked, for instance, a cooked meal or something, you say, oh, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, right? When in reality it might have been 2 months ago, 3 months ago. But why did you tell the truth? Now you are, in a way, you eat this. Let's say you eat this cooked food like maybe every 3, 4, 5 months, but you said, oh, it's been like 5 years. Now in truth, you don't eat cooked foods. If you're eating it once every few months, that doesn't count in my books, in the sense that you still don't really eat cooked foods. Like, what is 4 times a year? That's nothing. That's nothing really. But the reason why you told the truth in that particular case, or you lied, is because you want to appear your self-image as the person that's doesn't eat cooked foods, that's super healthy. And because you wanted to appear that way, you just told this little lie. It's a little lie, but it's a lie. It's a little lie. That's called a white lie. But it's still a lie, and because you want to appear to be a certain way. And that's a big reason why we lie. The other reason is to protect ourselves from physical damage, and that's probably the most justifiable reason to lie. Sometimes you lie because your life could be at risk here. Okay, I know of a close family member who took off her hijab. Okay, it's the scarf that the Muslim women wear. She took it off, but she kept hiding it from her parents for a long time. And that's because she wanted to protect her physical well-being. Well, when she was caught without it. She was beaten up by her dad. Physically, she was bleeding. That's a much more justifiable reason to lie. Okay? The other two, the first one that I said, protect your self-image, doesn't justify it. Okay? That's protecting your ego. But this one is, if your life is at risk, you might have to tell lies. So, in a way, whether to tell a lie or not is context-based, and I think there is some room to tell a lie if your life depends on it. Okay? If your life depends on it. You have to be smart, you have to protect yourself physically. Sometimes, if you tell the truth, your life could literally be at risk. And that's maybe the only time it's justifiable to tell a lie. And eventually, you want to put yourself in a position to tell the truth. You want to put yourself in a position where, let's say, you've secured your physical well-being, then you can tell the truth. Okay? Because your physical being, your life is not at risk here. You know, she could have been killed. You know, she could have been killed. She wasn't. She was bleeding. She could have been killed. Easily, she could have been killed. You know, honor killing is a thing in the Middle East. If you catch your daughter, for instance, having premarital sex, you know, without marriage, you know, it's a common thing. And you know what? The society stands with you. Says, oh yeah, she did a bad thing. It's really fucked up. So that's when you have to tell a lie and put yourself in a position where your physical well-being is protected. Then you always want to tell the truth. Eventually, you want to tell the truth. The third reason we tell a lie is to protect those who we love. And so for instance, so that's the other reason I also told the lie, is because I wanted, so the first reason was to protect my ego, my self-image. I wanted to appear holier than thou. The other reason is I wanted to protect my baby girl from hurting her, because I thought if I was to tell her the truth, I would hurt her. Okay? Now there was something to that. Okay, however, the fact that if you live in truth, even if your truth will hurt someone, you know, whether it's slightly hurt or hurt them a lot, at least you both know you're living in truth. And because you both know you're living in truth, then that truth, you know, knowing that you live in truth will get you through the hurt. Okay, so a lot of times we lie to protect those we love. We think we're protecting them, but we're further hurting them by not living in truth with them. Truth is a very high vibration. It is associated with, you know, truth equals love, equals wisdom. It's, if you love someone, you must be truthful to them. You must tell them the truth. Okay, as again, assuming your physical well-being is not at risk here. And so you've actually further hurt them by not telling the truth, even though in the short term you might protect them, but they will also know if you're telling the truth or not. Okay, they will know. They will know. Truth is a vibration. They will know. So you're not actually protecting them. You think you're protecting them. Like you might tell your mom a lie because, you know, like let's say for instance you do drugs, some kind of, yeah, I don't know. Let's say you shoot up heroin. None of you guys should ever be doing that. Okay, and your mom asks you, do you do heroin? And you say no. And you lie to her. Not only for your self-image, of course, you don't want to appear like a druggie, but also genuinely because she will be really hurt. She will be really hurt if she finds out you know you're a druggie. She'll be hurt by that, and she'll feel like a failure as a parent, and she'll just be hurt. Her heart will hurt for you. Then you say, well, I'm not gonna tell her the truth. And yeah, you think you're protecting her. Hurting her feelings, hurting her heart. You think you're doing that. You think so. But actually you're not. You're not, because you're not. You're lying. You're lying to her. You're not living in truth with her. It's better to tell the truth to someone that is close to you and hurt them in the process, and stick with them and see them through that process than to lie to them, because it might protect them in the short term, but it's hurting them and hurting you and hurting your relationship with them in the long term. Okay, so those are the three basic reasons we lie. Okay, again, to protect our ego, self-image, to protect our physical well-being, and that's perhaps the only justifiable time you should be lying. And the third time is to protect someone else from being hurt, whether it's hurt their feelings, hurt their heart, cause pain to their heart. Like if your mom finds out you're a druggie, she's gonna have pain in her heart, and you don't want that pain for her, etc., etc. Okay, so really, the thing is, you have to have compassion for yourself if you find yourself like even telling little lies. Those little lies is usually to protect our self-image, our ego, appearing better than we are in our own image. We think we should be a certain way. Okay, catch yourself. You'll find yourself telling all kinds of little lies without knowing that you're telling little lies. Like little lies, you'll exaggerate something or under exaggerate something, okay, to appear a certain way. All right, catch yourself, have compassion for yourself, understand that we're brainwashed that way. Okay, like give you an example. For instance, when I grew up, when we had guests over, before the guests would come, like our relatives, let's say, right, aunties or something, my parents would sit us down and will tell us some things that we shouldn't, if we were asked by our guests, which especially if they were relatives, not to tell them, or to tell them something other than it is. So this is actually your brainwash, because I guess my parents wanted to appear a certain way in front of their guests and relatives, their sisters and moms and mom and dad and etc. So this is like so deeply ingrained in us. So have compassion for yourself. Understand that it's okay. It's okay as long as you catch yourself and you're like, okay, you know what? Next time I'm gonna tell the truth, even little things. I'm just gonna do my best to tell the truth. Okay? It's better that way. You feel more liberated also. Less anxiety in you, more liberation. Because truth is nice. The truth will set you free. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Okay? So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you to our beautiful patrons. Thank you to people who donate. If you'd like to donate, the link is in the description. I do consultations one-on-one also if you want to have a chat with me. And that's about it. Until next time, may the force be with you.